An assistant professor at the University of Tehran's Faculty of World Studies, and joins us live from Isfahan in Iran, a city that's been bombed multiple times since the start of the war. Setareh, thank you very much for your time speaking to us here at TRT World. As I mentioned there, Isfahan has come under fire multiple times since this conflict began. It's also a nuclear site, or there is a nuclear site there. Can you describe to us the importance of this area where you are and what it's been like so far for the last 5 weeks?
Well, just a couple of hours ago, I heard massive explosions, which was one of the loudest and biggest that I've heard so far. And we have heard U.S. fighter jets flying over the city. But the province of Isfahan, the southern parts of the province, were also witness to what seems to be an operation by U.S. helicopters failed on the site. The U.S. claims that it destroyed its own fighter jets and aircrafts there. The stories on the side of the Iranian officials are different, and we're still waiting for the official stories to come out. But it seems like what is very clear is that so far multiple U.S. drones and aircrafts have been damaged and destroyed in the south of Isfahan province. It seems like the U.S. has been trying to breach not only their airspace, but also trying to bomb different facilities in Isfahan. Just a couple of weeks ago, there was a bombing that killed 5 or 6 people in a supermarket while they were shopping. Civilian infrastructure in Isfahan, including the Isfahan University of Technology, have come under attack. And there have been several attacks on a gas department that produces and distributes the liquid gas for the houses. There has been damages on and severe damages on civilian infrastructure, big areas of neighborhoods like residential areas being bombed, and several attacks in different parts of the city. But at the same time, just like any other city and towns and even villages around Iran, we're seeing thousands of people taking to the streets every single night in support of the country and chanting slogans in support of their homeland and denouncing Iran, the attack on Iran, as well as demanding the country to continue fighting until full deterrence have been achieved.
You say that, Setareh, that people have come out onto the streets in support of the Iranian regime. The US and Israel, they have both said that they would like to see regime change in Iran as a result of this war. Donald Trump is now claiming that that has already happened. You're disagreeing with that. Donald Trump says Iranians are, quote, willing to suffer to have their freedom. You're there. What's your experience of what you're seeing then?
Well, again, first of all, the term regime is a colonial term that seeks to delegitimize a political establishment elected and supported by masses inside Iran. But in terms of what Trump has been saying, I mean, which of the rhetoric, which of the social media or the true social posts that he has put out with regards to Iran has been true so far? He has extended the so-called deadline several times. He has been saying that that the U.S. is winning the war. The next day, he's begging for the Strait of Hormuz to be reopened. So I think it has become very clear. Even the market, the global energy markets and the prices are not have stopped sort of reacting to Trump's rhetoric and have started reacting to the realities of the market and realities on the ground. But in terms of what he has said, in the same speech where he was saying that Iranians want regime change, he also called Iranians animals. And he said that's why he is bombing this country. He has said that he wants to bomb the little hearts out of this country. He has said that he wants to hit them so hard that they cannot rebuild the nation again. And you can see the type of savagery coming from a regime that has been involved in terrorism and colonization and exploitation of sovereign nations. But Iran is a very different case. He wishfully thinks that he can deal with Iran as just the same way he dealt with Venezuela, Iraq, or Afghanistan. But Iran has proven that not only that it can very effectively exercise its rights to self-defense, but also bring about a world order change that we're witnessing. Iran's leverage over the Strait of Hormuz is a type of nationalization that will bring about the end of U.S. empire, the same way that the nationalization of Suez Canal brought about the end of the British Empire. And that's what the U.S. fears the most. And that's why the U.S. is begging for the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, which was open before this war, by the way. So the objectives have been changing. The Trump regime thought that by taking out our popular leader and popular commanders, he can bring about so-called regime change inside the country, but it failed. And that's why you're seeing thousands of Iranians across the country for more than a month, almost 5 weeks now, taking to the streets and supporting their country and their country's fight against this imperialist power that seeks to bring this nation to its knees. Let's remember that Iran is a 1,000-year-old civilization. Iran has always been there. And even if Pete Hegseth says that bomb them back to the Stone Age, it's not going to work. In Iran was a country back during the Stone Age. It was actually a bigger country, so they don't even know what they're talking about.
Setareh, thank you very much. Really appreciate your thoughts and for speaking to us here.